We can't get lazy with this. I've got a mentor, a friend, and a coach that says you never don't do the money tasks. Push off other stuff, but you don't not do the money tasks.
Woo! Let's do this.
This is something that comes up all the time. People want to know, why am I not making enough money? Why are things not working out the way I think they should? It's a challenge on and off in companies with labor being such a huge variable to make money. Like, it's something that all of us need to watch and be vigilant of. And I've got 4 big tips here that are going to help you stay on top of it, keep the ship on course. And it's something that needs to be evaluated for everyone. There's no special person who doesn't need to watch these things and make sure this stuff is happening so their business continues to grow. Or if it's not doing the best, like if there's an unprofitable sector, so you can fix that and get rocking. First and foremost is something that I talk about all the time. You have to build an hourly rate that recoups all your costs. So this is basically knowing your numbers so you can have an hourly rate built out that covers everything. Your cost of goods sold, like everything it costs to do the actual job, to perform that actual job, all the way to your overhead, which is going to be your office and office staff and yourself if you're not out in the field. You need to get with the right people, to get with the right person, join GrowCom, do something, go somewhere where you can build an hourly rate or get help with that. So you're not doing what the typical lawn and landscape person does, looks at this other business and says, oh, they charge $80 an hour. Oh, they charge 50. Oh, that's what I'll charge. That's wrong. Your hourly rate's like your blood type. Everybody's is different. You need to make sure you got the right blood running through your business, right? You need to be profitable. This is the first step to this. Now, second, job costing. And this is why we originally went to service autopilot in the beginning, is because we needed a better way to track times on jobs. We needed something that was going to be consistent. It was going to give us our hours so we could see like budgeted hours versus actual man hours. Now on projects, this is a little more difficult. We have a Excel spreadsheet, or actually a Google sheet, that our field techs can fill out, and we can stay on top of this. So you have to be doing job costing. But even if it's maintenance services, mowing, fall cleanups, this, that, and the other, you need to have the clock ins and the clock outs so you can see if you're hitting your aforementioned hourly rate. Are you getting that hourly rate? Are you achieving what you set out to achieve? Because that is majorly important. That's like the first part of the compass that guides your business, is knowing that you're actually hitting the hourly rate that you set out to charge. So setting an hourly rate and estimating to that, and then never knowing if you actually hit that number, like pretty much worthless. I'm super transparent. There's been times in our business where we've been so busy that we haven't been able to do it. And I saw some efficiency stuff that I really wanted to tighten up in our business. When you're seeing those things, that's when it's like, hey, we need to crunch down on job costing. We can't get lazy with this. You know, I've got a mentor, a friend, and a coach that says you never don't do the money tasks. Push off other stuff, but you don't not do the money tasks. And job costing is a money task. It's very important. Third is a crucial, and this is what's going to help you. If you're swamped and things are moving and shaking and you're just needing to get a better pulse on your business, even if, no matter what, you need to be doing this, but is checking and constantly watching your labor to revenue percentage. This is something that I feel like, and that I know you should be doing weekly, and you should be sharing it with your team. And what does this mean? This doesn't include anybody in the office, but this includes the field techs, the people that actually do the labor. How much revenue, how much do they get paid to actually produce that revenue? Like how much does the labor cost to produce that revenue? So if your labor for this week was 1,000, there was 10,000 in revenue. You divide the 1,000 by the 10,000 and it gets you your percentage. For me, I report this number to my team weekly. Then I do overall monthly numbers. It's going to go up and down. There's going to be bads, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Me personally, in my business, I want to have 20 to 25%. That's what I'm happy with. I've heard other people say, 30s, 40s, 50s. Like, I think if it's in the 30 to 40 range, I don't like that. Like 30 is like my threshold, where if we're much above that, that's showing that we're not being efficient. That's showing that we're paying out a lot to produce stuff when we shouldn't be paying out that much. So that's the third thing you're going to watch, is your labor to revenue percentage. It's a really, really important number. Like I mentioned, that's not going to include like overhead, office staff. This is what you paid your labor to produce your revenue. Divide what you paid your labor by what revenue they produced over a given period. I said, and I suggest you do this weekly, and then share it with your team. Show where they're at. You can really tell your team that, hey, I'm wanting to do better. I'm wanting to give more people raises, and these numbers are what's crucial. You know, we've always talked about how we're growing in revenue, and that's great, but revenue is a vanity number. It is not the important number. The profitability of the company, which comes from its efficiencies and how it's actually operated, is overall the most important number. I still want to grow my revenue like crazy because I want to grow it all like crazy. So that's kind of irrelevant to me. But when you share these numbers with him and you can tell him, like, how are you doing? How are we doing efficiency wise? Okay, that's showing efficiency to me. Now, the fourth number is going to be actually tracking efficiency. You know, daily, weekly, crews, however you want to break it out, their budgeted hours and their actual hours. And when you divide those into each other, it comes up with your actual efficiency. So are we 90% efficient? Are we 70% efficient? Are we 60% efficient? How efficiently is a team using its time throughout the day? Because maybe they had 16 billable hours and they worked 20 actual hours to produce it. And then that's going to give you the number, that's going to give you the percentage of how efficient were they actually. What I like about this, which it's good, this number still is just another version and another part of labor to revenue, but it's all just showing how efficient these crews are being. I like this number because it's a little more specific and it can hone in. I think it's a better number to hone in on individual crews with. But with these 4 tools, you can now use these and consider them money tasks and make sure your business is much more profitable than it was before. If you've been struggling, if you don't think it's been profitable, if you've just been frustrated with your business, use these tools. Make sure you have your hourly rate lined out. Make sure you're doing job costing and time tracking so you know exactly if you're hitting that hourly rate or not. Use labor to revenue percentage to really hone in where you're at. And maybe your business is different than mine. Maybe 30 to 40 is fine in your business because it's, more services or whatever. But either way, know that number. And then be tracking your efficiencies. Do this I like this better with crews, individual crews, breaking it out and giving them kind of a rating. Hey, you were 75% efficient, you're 85% efficiency this week. And hold everyone accountable, because all in all, we all do better when we all produce more money and more profit. Thanks for watching.